Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is not just a car, it is a statement, a declaration of wealth, power, prestige, and a lifestyle that sits above the ordinary. When you think about Rolls-Royce, you automatically think of elegance, craftsmanship, luxury, and timeless design. For decades, Rolls-Royce has been the benchmark for luxury sedans, cars that float across the road like magic carpets, cars that represent royalty, business tycoons, and celebrities. But when Rolls-Royce made the bold decision to step into the world of SUVs, a space dominated by Range Rovers, Bentleys, Lamborghinis, and even high-performance German machines, many wondered whether the brand known for its grace and serenity could truly translate that philosophy into an SUV. The result was the Cullinan, the first SUV in Rolls-Royce history, a car that shocked the world and simultaneously set a new benchmark for what an SUV could be. Named after the largest diamond ever discovered, the Cullinan is exactly what its name suggests: rare, brilliant, commanding, and priceless. The Cullinan is not an ordinary SUV, it is the SUV of all SUVs, designed for those who demand the ultimate in comfort but also want the confidence to go anywhere. When Rolls-Royce unveiled this masterpiece, it was not just about entering a new market, it was about expanding the definition of luxury itself. The company understood that wealthy customers were shifting toward SUVs, vehicles that combined practicality, power, and prestige, and Rolls-Royce could not be left behind. Yet, rather than simply following the trend, Rolls-Royce decided to redefine it. The Cullinan is built not just as a utility vehicle but as an all-terrain expression of absolute luxury, a car that can take its passengers to the top of a mountain or across desert dunes while still ensuring they sit in the lap of unrivaled comfort. From the moment you lay eyes on the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, you know you are looking at something extraordinary. Its sheer size commands respect, its bold lines and towering presence make it impossible to ignore. At over 5.3 meters long and weighing close to 3 tons, the Cullinan is not shy, it is unapologetically massive, yet every curve, every detail has been carefully sculpted to reflect Rolls-Royce DNA. At the front sits the iconic Pantheon grille, towering and majestic, crowned by the Spirit of Ecstasy, the world's most famous hood ornament, standing proud and gleaming as if announcing the presence of royalty. The squared-off design of the headlights, the strong shoulders, and the upright stance make the Cullinan feel both traditional and modern. Unlike other SUVs that try to look sporty or aggressive, the Cullinan focuses on dignity, on presence, on being instantly recognizable as a Rolls-Royce, even from miles away. Step inside and the world outside disappears. Rolls-Royce cabins have always been masterpieces, crafted like the interior of the finest private jet or luxury yacht, and the Cullinan continues this philosophy to perfection. The moment you open those iconic coach doors, you are welcomed into an environment of absolute serenity. The materials are the finest the world has to offer. Hand-stitched leathers so soft they feel like butter, real wood veneers polished to perfection, thick carpets that feel like walking on clouds, and metal accents crafted with jewel-like precision. The attention to detail is staggering, because Rolls-Royce understands that their clients demand perfection, and perfection is what they deliver. Every surface you touch, every button you press, every stitch you see is a testament to craftsmanship that takes countless hours to complete. One of the most impressive features of the Cullinan is its seating experience. Customers can choose between a traditional bench seat or the individual lounge seats configuration, which offers 2 throne-like chairs separated by a center console equipped with champagne coolers, crystal glasses, and luxurious storage. The seats themselves can recline, massage, heat, and cool, making long journeys effortless. The Cullinan also offers what Rolls-Royce calls the viewing suite, a pair of leather-wrapped seats that pop out of the tailgate along with a small cocktail table, creating the perfect setup for enjoying a polo match, a sunset in the desert, or simply a glass of champagne while overlooking the ocean. It's this kind of attention to lifestyle that makes the Cullinan so unique. It is not just a car, it is an experience designed around its owner's desires. Technology in the Cullinan, as with all Rolls-Royces, is discreet but powerful. Unlike some cars that overload you with screens and gadgets, Rolls-Royce prefers to integrate technology in a way that enhances without overwhelming. The infotainment system is intuitive, the sound system is one of the most impressive in the industry, offering concert-like clarity, and the cabin insulation is so advanced that engineers had to add a small amount of artificial sound because complete silence felt unnatural to passengers. The Cullinan is a rolling sanctuary, a private escape from the chaos of the outside world. But the real marvel of the Cullinan is that it is not just a luxury car, it is a capable SUV. Under its imposing hood lies a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, producing over 560 horsepower and a massive wave of torque, enough to move this giant effortlessly in complete silence. Unlike performance SUVs that roar and scream to show their power, the Cullinan whispers, delivering unstoppable acceleration with dignity. The all-wheel drive system and advanced suspension mean the Cullinan can go places no other Rolls-Royce ever could, from muddy fields to snow-covered roads to rocky mountain paths. Rolls-Royce calls this effortless everywhere, and it perfectly captures what the Cullinan represents. You don't drive this SUV aggressively, you glide with authority, knowing that nothing can stop you. The suspension system deserves special attention. Known as the magic carpet ride, it uses advanced air suspension and active stabilizers to absorb every bump, every imperfection, leaving passengers floating as if they were in another world. Even when driving off-road, the Cullinan maintains this uncanny smoothness, a feat no other SUV has managed to replicate at this level. It is this combination of rugged capability and unmatched comfort that makes the Cullinan so revolutionary. For Rolls-Royce customers, individuality is key, and the Cullinan is a blank canvas waiting to be personalized. The brand's bespoke program allows owners to choose from thousands of colors, rare materials, custom embroidery, unique veneers, and even special features tailored to their lifestyle. Whether it's a custom picnic set, a cigar humidor, or a personalized starry headliner that replicates the night sky on the day you were born, Rolls-Royce will make it happen. The Cullinan is not just bought, it is commissioned, like a piece of art, ensuring that no two are truly alike. When you see a Rolls-Royce Cullinan on the road, it is more than just transportation, it is a symbol. It tells the world that its owner has achieved a level of success few can dream of, that they value comfort, privacy, and exclusivity above all else. It is a car that stands above trends and competition, because for Rolls-Royce, competition doesn't really exist. The Cullinan is in a class of its own, a diamond among stones, a true embodiment of the brand's promise to deliver the best of the best. And so, the Cullinan has cemented itself as not only Rolls-Royce's best-selling model but also one of the most desirable SUVs in the world. Celebrities, royalty, business magnates, and collectors all want it, because it delivers something no other SUV can, the Rolls-Royce experience in a new form. Whether parked outside a luxury hotel in Dubai, cruising the streets of Beverly Hills, or making its way across the Scottish Highlands, the Cullinan feels at home everywhere. It is global, universal, and timeless. The story of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan is not just about engineering or design, it is about ambition. It is about a brand refusing to be left behind and instead redefining what luxury means in the modern world. It shows us that even in a segment filled with powerful, expensive SUVs, there is always room for something greater, something beyond comparison. The Cullinan is proof that true luxury is not about speed or technology alone, it is about experience, about how a car makes you feel, about the memories it creates for those fortunate enough to own it. The Cullinan, like its namesake diamond, is timeless, priceless, and unforgettable. It represents the pinnacle of what an SUV can be, not just a car, but a lifestyle, a moving palace, a rolling sanctuary that reminds the world of the heights that human craftsmanship and imagination can achieve. It is not just an SUV, it is the Rolls-Royce of SUVs, and that simple fact says it all. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is one of those rare creations in the automotive world that instantly shifts the perception of what a car can be. It is not simply a machine, not simply a luxurious SUV, but a moving palace, an expression of wealth, taste, and achievement that transcends boundaries. When Rolls-Royce announced they were building their first ever SUV, the news sent shockwaves across the industry. Rolls-Royce, a company whose reputation had been built on creating some of the most luxurious and exclusive sedans in the world, cars like the Phantom and the Ghost, was now venturing into the SUV market, a segment usually associated with utility, toughness, and practicality. Many skeptics wondered if a brand so tied to tradition, heritage, and classic elegance could successfully interpret the SUV formula. But Rolls-Royce, true to its DNA, did not just build another SUV, it redefined what an SUV could be. The result was the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a car that doesn't just belong to the luxury SUV segment, it reigns above it. Named after the Cullinan diamond, the largest gem-quality rough diamond ever discovered, the SUV carries a name that instantly communicates rarity, brilliance, and value beyond imagination. And much like its namesake, the Cullinan SUV shines as something unmatched, something precious, and something that represents the pinnacle of what luxury in automotive form can mean. Rolls-Royce knew their clientele would accept nothing less than perfection. To them, a car is not a vehicle but a lifestyle choice, an extension of their identity, and with the Cullinan, Rolls-Royce offered exactly that, the ultimate statement piece on wheels. Approaching the Cullinan for the first time is an experience in itself. Its sheer scale is breathtaking. At over 5.3 meters in length and standing tall with a presence unlike anything else on the road, it immediately commands authority. You don't just see a Cullinan, you feel it. Its front end is dominated by the signature Pantheon grille, upright and regal, like the entrance to a cathedral of luxury. Perched proudly above it is the Spirit of Ecstasy, the world's most famous hood ornament, silently gliding through the air as if guiding this automotive masterpiece. The squared-off headlights and bold, upright proportions make it look unshakably powerful yet dignified. It doesn't try to be aggressive like a Lamborghini Urus or sporty like a Porsche Cayenne. Instead, the Cullinan communicates majesty, calmness, and a quiet confidence that only comes from knowing it stands above everything else. The sides of the vehicle are simple yet commanding, with strong lines that emphasize its stature. The rear, equally bold, features a more squared-off design than most modern SUVs, but it fits the Cullinan's character perfectly. Rolls-Royce doesn't chase trends, they set their own path. The Cullinan is unapologetically boxy, unapologetically grand, and unmistakably Rolls-Royce. This isn't an SUV designed to blend in with the crowd, it is one designed to stand out in every crowd. Open the doors, the signature coach doors that open rearward, a Rolls-Royce hallmark, and you are instantly transported into another world. Rolls-Royce cabins have always been compared to the interior of private jets, and the Cullinan takes that to new heights. Everything inside the cabin is crafted with meticulous attention to detail. The leather used is of the highest grade imaginable, sourced from bulls to ensure flawless hides without blemishes. Each piece is hand-stitched with precision, offering a softness that feels like the finest piece of luxury furniture. The wood veneers are chosen from the rarest trees, hand-polished, and matched so carefully that the grain flows seamlessly from panel to panel. Even the carpets are thick, deep, and luxurious enough to make you want to take your shoes off the moment you step inside. Every button, every switch, every dial feels solid, like it has been engineered to last a lifetime and beyond. Rolls-Royce has always understood that luxury is not only about how things look, but also how they feel and sound. The satisfying click of a button, the silky glide of a door handle, the soft thud of a closing door, every element is fine-tuned to perfection. The seating experience in the Cullinan is second to none. Customers can configure their SUV with either a traditional rear bench seat or with two individual, lounge, chairs that resemble thrones more than car seats. In the lounge configuration, passengers enjoy a central console complete with a refrigerated compartment, crystal glasses, and even a champagne chiller, transforming the rear of the Cullinan into a space designed for ultimate indulgence. The seats are, of course, heated, ventilated, and equipped with massage functions. The level of adjustability ensures that no matter who you are, you will find the perfect seating position. On long journeys, the Cullinan becomes less of a car and more of a traveling sanctuary, where passengers arrive at their destination refreshed, relaxed, and pampered. One of the most unique features Rolls-Royce has developed for the Cullinan is the viewing suite. Hidden beneath the tailgate, this feature deploys two exquisitely finished leather chairs and a small cocktail table. Imagine arriving at a polo match, a mountain overlook, or a private vineyard, opening the tailgate, and sitting down in pure Rolls-Royce luxury to enjoy the view with a glass of champagne. It's the kind of detail only Rolls-Royce could think of, because the brand understands its customers' lifestyles. This is not just about getting from one place to another, it's about how you enjoy life along the way. Technology in the Cullinan is seamlessly integrated. Unlike some manufacturers that overwhelm you with flashing lights and oversized touchscreens, Rolls-Royce takes a more subtle approach. The infotainment system is easy to use, offering all the modern conveniences you would expect, such as navigation, connectivity, and entertainment, but it never distracts from the serene ambiance of the cabin. The audio system deserves special mention. Known as the bespoke audio system, it is one of the most sophisticated in the industry, with speakers strategically placed throughout the cabin, including within the headliner. The result is an audio experience so pure and immersive that it feels like sitting in a private concert hall. Engineers even went to the extent of adding tiny amounts of sound back into the cabin because the Cullinan was otherwise so silent that complete silence felt unnatural to passengers. That is how far Rolls-Royce goes in pursuit of perfection. Of course, luxury alone is not enough. An SUV must also deliver capability, and the Cullinan does so with effortless authority. Beneath its imposing bonnet lies a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, producing over 560 horsepower and a tidal wave of torque. This engine doesn't scream or roar like some high-performance SUVs. Instead, it whispers its power, delivering smooth, effortless acceleration in near silence. Despite its weight, the Cullinan moves with surprising grace. It doesn't rush, it glides. The all-wheel drive system and advanced chassis give it the ability to traverse terrains that would challenge lesser vehicles. Snow, mud, gravel, steep inclines, none of these phases the Cullinan. Rolls-Royce calls this philosophy, effortless everywhere, and it's exactly that. This is an SUV that can take you to a mountain retreat or a desert hideaway without ever compromising on the brand's signature comfort. A major part of this comfort comes from the suspension system, often referred to as the magic carpet ride. Using air suspension combined with the latest in active damping technology, the Cullinan absorbs imperfections in the road like no other vehicle can. Even on rough terrain, the ride remains composed, smooth, and tranquil. Passengers are isolated from vibrations and jolts to the point where they could be forgiven for forgetting they are in an SUV at all. It feels more like floating than driving, and that sensation is what sets Rolls-Royce apart. Other SUVs may be powerful, fast, or rugged, but none can match the Cullinan's combination of true off-road ability with absolute, unmatched comfort. Perhaps what makes the Cullinan so special is the ability for owners to personalize it. Rolls-Royce doesn't sell cars, they create bespoke works of art for each customer. The bespoke program allows for near-limitless customization. Customers can choose from thousands of exterior colors, rare interior materials, unique embroidery patterns, and special finishes. The famous Starlight headliner, a feature where hundreds of tiny fiber optic lights are handwoven into the ceiling to replicate a starry night sky, can even be customized to show constellations from a specific date, such as the night you were born. Picnic hampers, cigar humidors, custom luggage sets, and unique design touches can all be added. In truth, no two Cullinans are alike, because each one is a personal statement of its owner's identity. Owning a Rolls-Royce Cullinan is about far more than transportation. It's about being part of an elite club, about making a statement that you have arrived at a level of success very few ever reach. When a Cullinan drives through a city, heads turn, cameras come out, and jaws drop. It isn't about speed, it isn't about being the loudest or most flamboyant. It's about presence. The Cullinan is as much about who you are as it is about what it can do. It symbolizes wealth, taste, and a refusal to settle for anything less than the absolute best. This is why the Cullinan has become not only a bestseller for Rolls-Royce but also one of the most desirable SUVs on the planet. From celebrities in Los Angeles to royalty in the Middle East to entrepreneurs in Asia, the Cullinan is seen as the ultimate SUV, one that fits in seamlessly whether parked outside a luxury hotel in Dubai, gliding through the streets of Beverly Hills, or navigating the rugged Scottish Highlands. It is truly a global vehicle, appreciated by those who understand that luxury is not just about owning the finest things but also about experiencing life in the most extraordinary way possible. The Cullinan represents ambition, innovation, and tradition all at once. It shows how Rolls-Royce, a company with over a century of history, can adapt to modern demands while never compromising its principles. When they entered the SUV market, they could have easily built a stylish crossover with a Rolls-Royce badge, but instead, they created something authentic, something that could genuinely live up to the name. The Cullinan is not just another SUV. It is the Rolls-Royce of SUVs, a phrase that has become a legend in itself. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon in next.